So what I will do, I'll break the video down into 3 parts. I'll say what they are, I'll say how they act like in a social situation, and then like the strengths of each one. I wanted to say that an introvert, they normally like put their energy inwards, and someone that's an extrovert, they put their energy outwards. And an ambivert, let's just say they do both. So what I wanted to say, for someone that's an introvert, they put their energy inwards, and that doesn't mean that they don't want to talk. It just means that they naturally put their energy inwards. And someone that's extroverted, they may like to talk, but then you need to realize as well that they may want to have alone time as well. So that's why people can have like all these characteristics. They don't have to like fit into one box. That's what I wanted to make clear. So how an introvert would act like in a social situation, they want to hang out with like a small group of friends, but then as well, it's about quality over quantity for them. Someone that's introverted, they look for like meaningful conversations. It's going back to what I said about quality over quantity. They don't really like small talk. They want to look for meaningful conversations, and that's why you don't see them around many people. They may think socializing is very draining. So that's why as well, they may leave it to someone that loves the attention, someone that can like lead the conversation. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Someone that is introverted, they may want to talk, but then you have to realize that they won't talk to just everyone. So that's why as well, when it comes to conversations, they may not know how to start it. But then once they find someone that they actually trust, then they're more likely to keep the conversation going. And you can take it from an introvert as well, because I don't like to label myself as an introvert, but I will say this and make this very clear, that you can either be like an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert, because I believe you can like lean into one, that people are mostly one of them, but they're not all of them. So yeah, when it comes to like an extrovert, I was going to say that they're very energized. They normally gain their energy, and they put their energy outwards when they're around other people. I was going to say the lighting is coming from this side. So now that I found, yeah, basically the light is coming from this side, and I found like a bench just like over here. So you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and sit down for a little bit. Okay, so I've taken a little time to actually sit down. People that are very extroverted, another thing that I never really mentioned is that they are very assertive. They know how to like talk in a social situation, they know what to say, they know what to do, and they can lead a social situation. So that's what I find really interesting, because people always say that you need to be with like another person that's like you. So someone that is introverted, they normally recommend that you're with like another person that's introverted. But then someone that is extroverted, they should be with someone that's extroverted. And for me personally, I think the reason why it's good to have a balance of both, where an extrovert is with like an introvert, is because you know as well, if one person is like introverted and one person is extroverted, you realize that it's a balance, because if both people like to socialize, it can lead to more arguments. And then people that are like keeping to themselves, they never really solve arguments. So you can look at it that way. Yeah, so before I move on to ambiverts, I'm just going to talk about extroverts a little bit more. So extroverts, they're easier to approach. It's because they're always talking to someone new. They don't need to know the person, but they're always talking to someone new. And another thing as well, when it comes to someone that is extroverted, they love to like organize social activities, and they love bringing people together. The last thing that I wanted to say about extroverts, they are normally quick decision makers. So that's why when it comes to like an introvert, they normally think before they act. But then an extrovert, they normally act before they think. The reason why I'm not talking about an ambivert is because I feel like I haven't met an ambivert yet. And I was going to add as well, someone that is an ambivert, I might be saying it wrong, but I'm not saying it again, is because normally they are normally good at listening, but then as well, they're normally like good at like leading a conversation as well. So that's why ambiverts, they normally are able to adapt. they not only listen to people, ambiverts don't only listen to people, but then they're able to like start conversations as well. The whole point of this video, I should have said this at the start, but the whole point of this video, I keep messing up the video, but here is the video message. You need to realize, are you an introvert, are you an extrovert, or are you an ambivert? But the reason why I say this is because you lean more towards one or the other. I don't think there's no in between when it comes to that. So that's why I feel like I'm more introverted. And sometimes I may think I'm an ambivert because I can socialize when I need to. But then when I'm mostly by myself, I'm mostly introverted. So that's why as well, you need to realize, are you more introverted or are you more extroverted, or even an ambivert as well? Because I believe you can only be one. But you can prove me wrong in the comments by commenting down your thoughts below. And okay, yeah, you don't see me smile this often, but when I do, it's because the sun is out. Yeah, I wanted to say in this video, I'm walking downhill. And I don't want my video to be bad because of like bad lighting, so you might have to excuse me for a bit. But when it comes to someone that is very introverted, they are normally deep thinkers, they normally have deep focus, where they can focus on something for a long period of time. But the last thing about being an introvert, they normally have great self-expression. They can express themselves in like a unique way. And I feel like I do that sometimes as well, because it happens in my voice as well. So that's why I think I'm more of an introvert, because I have good self-expression, and I realize that I don't think of things on a surface level, but I think of things in a deep way. Yeah, I was going to say I've been walking for quite a while now, and I didn't know how far this walk will be, but yeah, I said I was going to walk as far away as I can. So yeah, when it comes to someone that's an extrovert, they are normally assertive, they are normally confident, and they are normally outgoing. They know that they're confident. They can just go up to anyone that they want and really start a conversation. Basically, other people want to be around you, but for introverts and ambiverts, you need to decide how you would act in a social situation and how you perceive yourself and other people in a social situation. Because you can't think someone is arrogant until you've actually known them. And yeah, let me move on to like an ambivert now. So an ambivert, I think normally they're really good at adapting to a social situation. But an ambivert, they are normally good at listening to people. They are normally good at like putting people at ease, like I said before. But then I was going to add as well that ambivert, I'll probably look at my notes for this one, because like I never really met an ambivert, and the stuff which I told you in this video, I did look it up. It's just good to apply it to yourself and realize which one you are. But I'll be right back. So the final thing that I wanted to say, when it comes to an ambivert, you might realize that they're both an introvert and an extrovert. So basically the traits that I said for an introvert and an extrovert, an ambivert is technically both. And I want to make it clear to you, for anyone that's an ambivert, like you may be the best of all three. Yeah, I was going to make it clear. I'm going to end the video very soon. And yeah, I'm trying to be more friendly on camera. Like I know in my videos I look like I don't want to be there, but if you give me a chance and you give me like another day to prove myself, then yeah, you can see that I'm not really a guy that's like meh all the time. And yeah, once I get to the end of this, I'm basically going to end the video, which is like a few seconds from now. So for those of you that are new to my channel, you can like and subscribe and even comment.